It was almost midnight when the rain began to fall. Sharp cold streaks slicing through the dim glow of city streetlights. Nathan Cole gripped the steering wheel of his old sedan. The windshield wipers fought a losing battle against the downpour. His 10-year-old son Oliver slept soundly in the back seat, a small backpack resting on his chest. They were heading home from Nathan's second job, cleaning offices at night to make ends meet. He was exhausted, but when he saw the flashing hazard lights near the corner of Brighton Avenue, he slowed down instinctively. There, standing unsteadily beside a sleek black Mercedes, was a woman in a soaked designer dress and high heels, her hair plastered to her face. She was trying to open her car door, but her keys kept slipping from her trembling hands. Nathan almost kept driving until she stumbled into the street right in front of an oncoming truck. His heart lurched. In one motion, he slammed on the brakes, threw open the door, and sprinted through the rain. He grabbed her by the arm, pulling her back just as the truck roared past, horn blaring. The woman gasped, clinging to his jacket, disoriented and mumbling something about her phone. When she looked up, Nathan froze for a moment. It was her, Vanessa Hart, his boss, the CEO of Hartwell Motors, the same woman who had scolded him that morning for arriving 2 minutes late to a meeting. The same woman whose perfectionism made everyone walk on eggshells around her, and here she was, drenched, trembling, smelling of whiskey, her eyes wide and frightened like a child's. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and humanity, even when no one's watching, take a second to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Legacy. Your support helps us spread true emotional stories that restore faith in people. Nathan didn't say a word as he led her back to his car. Vanessa muttered something about calling a driver, but her words slurred into nonsense. He helped her into the passenger seat and covered her with his worn-out jacket. Oliver stirred in the back seat, blinking sleepily. "Dad, who's that lady?" he asked softly. Nathan smiled faintly. "Someone who needs a little help tonight, buddy." When they reached her address, an elegant mansion on the edge of town, she could barely walk. Nathan carried her umbrella, guiding her carefully up the marble steps. Her eyes were glassy but grateful. "You shouldn't have," she murmured before collapsing onto the couch. He turned off the lights, made sure she was safe, and quietly left. He didn't expect her to remember. People like Vanessa lived in another world, where kindness was a press release, not a way of life. He knew that come morning, she'd return to her sharp tone and dismissive eyes, pretending the night never happened. But he was wrong. The next morning, as Nathan entered the Hartwell Motors lobby, the air was unusually tense. Whispers followed him as he walked toward the maintenance desk. Then the elevator doors opened and out stepped Vanessa. She looked different today, composed, yes, but her gaze was softer, her voice lower. "Mr. Cole," she called out. Every head turned. Nathan stopped, uneasy. "Come to my office. Now." Inside her glass-walled office, she closed the blinds and exhaled, her usual confidence cracking for a moment. "You helped me last night," she said quietly. "You didn't have to. You could have left me there, but you didn't." Nathan hesitated. Anyone would have done the same. But she shook her head. "No, not anyone." Her eyes softened, truly seeing him for the first time. "You saved my life, Mr. Cole. And I don't even remember saying thank you." He didn't know how to respond. He simply nodded, murmuring that he was glad she was safe. She studied him for a long moment before asking, "You have a son, don't you? Oliver?" Nathan blinked. "How do you?" "I checked your file," she admitted. "You've been working double shifts. Maintenance by day, janitorial by night. I never noticed before." For the first time, she smiled, a real one, fragile but sincere. "I'm sorry for how I've treated you. I was blind." The rest of the day felt surreal. Word spread through the company that the CEO herself had invited the maintenance worker into her office. Some said Nathan was getting fired. Others whispered he'd saved her from something dangerous. By lunchtime, Vanessa had ordered a full paid day off for Nathan, insisting he take Oliver somewhere nice. But Nathan couldn't shake the memory of her trembling in the rain. Something about that night told him her pain wasn't just alcohol, it was loneliness. The kind that came when success built a wall around your heart. The next day, Vanessa appeared in the garage Nathan managed on weekends. She wore jeans and a plain white blouse, her hair tied back. "Need a hand?" she asked, startling him. "You're serious?" he asked, wiping grease from his hands. She nodded. "You helped me when I was falling apart. Let me help you keep things together." Over the next few weeks, something beautiful began to unfold. Vanessa started spending time at the garage, not as the CEO, but as Vanessa, the woman rediscovering her heart. She brought coffee, cleaned tools, and listened to Oliver's endless stories about cars and superheroes. The boy adored her, called her Miss V. Nathan tried to keep his distance, but he couldn't deny the warmth her presence brought. One afternoon, Vanessa confessed the truth. "The night you found me," she said, "sitting on a toolbox, I wasn't just drunk. I was trying to forget that I'd just lost my father. We fought before he passed, and I never said goodbye." Her voice cracked, tears filling her eyes. "You pulled me out of more than just a street, Nathan. You pulled me out of a dark place I didn't think I could escape." Nathan felt his throat tighten. "You're stronger than you think, Vanessa." She smiled weakly. "No, I just met someone who reminded me what strength really looks like." Their connection deepened with each passing day. Vanessa found joy in small things again: the smell of engine oil, Oliver's laughter, Nathan's quiet jokes. She began using company funds to start a program called Hearts, offering single parents job flexibility and scholarships for their children. When she announced it, she credited a man who believed in kindness when no one was watching. That man, standing in the back of the hall, tried not to cry, but life, as always, wasn't done testing them. A week later, Nathan was offered a position in another city. Better pay, better hours. It was the chance he'd prayed for, but it meant leaving behind the woman who had changed his life as much as he'd changed hers. The night before his decision, Vanessa came to the garage one last time. The setting sun painted her face in amber light. "So," she said softly, "you're leaving?" He nodded. "It's for Oliver. He deserves a better future." She stepped closer. "You've already given him one. You gave me one, too." Her eyes shimmered, but she didn't cry. "Promise me something, Nathan. Don't ever stop being who you are, the man who saves people even when they don't deserve it." He wanted to speak, to say the words burning inside him, but instead he just smiled and said, "Take care of yourself, Miss V." As he drove away the next morning, Oliver looked out the window and waved. Vanessa stood outside the garage holding the same umbrella Nathan had used that rainy night. She didn't move until his car disappeared from sight. Months later, a letter arrived at Nathan's new home. Inside was a photo, Vanessa and a group of employees standing beneath a new sign that read "The Cole Initiative, because kindness saves more than just lives." Up below it, in Vanessa's handwriting, "You didn't just save me that night. You changed who I am. Thank you for not pretending to forget." Nathan held the letter for a long time, then placed it beside Oliver's drawing on the fridge, a picture of their old garage. The words "Second chances start here" were written in a child's scrawl. He smiled, tears glistening in his tired eyes. Sometimes fate doesn't need grand gestures, just a quiet act of kindness on a rainy night that changes everything. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Legacy. Every click helps us share more true stories of hope and redemption with the world. Special request: comment below "I believe in second chances" if you think kindness still has the power to change lives.